नमः श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्याम् उग्रं वीर्यं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। Om. I request all of you to join with me in chanting Om Aim Hrim Shrim in the same rhythm. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Om 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 Om Aim Hrim Shrim Om. Thank you for joining in the japa, and let us all dedicate this japa for the Lokakshamartham, for the welfare of the universe. Let all the beings in this world live in peace and harmony. Let us all dedicate this. One may ask, if I dedicate all these japas 15 times we have done, 15 times we have done, and multiplied by 44 participants are there, 44 into 15. So now we are dedicating this japa to the universe. And what will come for me, Swamiji? That must be the question. In the universe, you are also there, so it will come to you also. In that context, if I say I dedicate this japa to the world, I am part of the world. This itself is very difficult to understand. If I dedicate this mantra to the world, it comes to me again, like an echo. It comes to me again to me because I am part and parcel of this world. This concept itself is very difficult to understand, but I am going to tell you some more thing. If you say, I am doing this prayer for my own sake, then also it is universal. Because you are not separate from the total. You are part and parcel of the total, and the total is within you. May be difficult to understand, but during abhyasa, you will be able to understand the individuality in multiplicity, multiplicity in the individuality. So, let us start today's class with this global prayer. Lokakshemartha Prarthana. Imagine if 1 crore people, 10 million people are chanting this mantra, what will be the vibration in this universe? This mantra is having healing power because it contains the Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara. It contains Akara, Ukara, Makara, Omkara. It contains everything. So it can heal the whole world. We never think about this. Always our sensory perceptions take us to a close-up shot. Too close-up. In which I am the only one person available. I never think about for others. We never think about for others. We should. I should. Whoever begins this kind of prayer for the welfare of the whole society, whole humanity, then you will included as a member in Sri Vidya Upasana. You are a member of this Sri Vidya community. Yes, the fundamental idea what an upasaka should develop is the Kama Kala Rupam. What do you call Kama Kala Rupam? Seeing Ishvara in everything is Kama Kala Rupam. That is nothing other than Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara. All that here is Ishvara. That is the real Kamakala Rupam, true Kamakala Rupam. Once you are able to see Ishvara and his order, the order of Ishvara, in good, in bad, stop. In good, I can see Ishvara. In bad, how can I see Ishvara? That is the problem. Kamakala Rupam means all. In everything, Srishti is Ishvara. Sthiti is Ishvara. Samhara is Ishvara. Birth is Ishvara. Living is Ishvara. Death is Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara. Then there comes a question. Where is my position in this world of Ishvara? Who am I? You are also Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara means you are not Ishvara. You are also Ishvara. I am telling all these participants are like gold. Golden people. All are golden people. Because they are all the upasakas of Sri Vidya, Devi, Parashakti, Lalita, Parameshwari. They are all gold. So one participant will raise his hands. What about me? I said all. You include. You are also included. Everyone is gold. So all that here is Ishvara is the first requirement to start the Bhakti Bhava. This is not a new thing which should be taught online in digital form by a modern guru. It not be. This is what our Vedic religion. Our Vedic religion says everything is Ishvara. Ant is Ishvara. Snake is worshipped. What are all worshipped you calculate? Dog is worshipped. Snake is worshipped. Tree, neem tree, banyan tree, pipal tree, all trees are worshipped. Cow dung is worshipped. Cow is worshipped. Everything is worshipped. You worship yourself. Respect yourself. Because your physical body is the temple in which Ishvara resides. Devi Parashakti, Lalita Parameshwari, resides in you. That is why I used to say, a lot of women used to fast on Fridays. Fasting. I don't see men fasting on Fridays because it is a belief men should not fast on Fridays. Saturday, men can fast. But I don't see any people fasting men. I don't see any men fast. But women are fasting. I used to ask, Ammaji, why you are not eating? Today we have special menu. Special Batam kheer we have made for Devi Prasada. Please take. No, today I should not take. I am fasting. Navratri, fasting. Friday, fasting. Ekadashi, fasting. Trayodashi, fasting. Ekadashi for Mahavishnu, fasting. Trayodashi for Shiva, Pradosham, fasting. All are women. Immediately I used to take Lalita Sasnama and say, Sukaradhyaye Namaha. Don't hurt yourselves. Because if you are hurting Devi who is sitting inside. Don't hurt yourselves. Eat well. Be happy. And make others happy. And if you are fasting, you will get more angry also. And you will scold your husband. And then I will ask, Ammaji, what for you are fasting? I am fasting for my husband. I have never seen any woman who is fasting for herself. Everyone will fast for husband, but they will scold husband. That is the ironical situation. I am searching for Sukaradhyaya Namaha. The number. Yes. If you get it, you can type it in the chat. Sukaradhyaya Namaha. Yes. Yes, I have got 681 Nama. Shloka 133 in Lalita Sahasranama. Sukaradhyaya Namaha. Worship Devi with all comforts. If you have fan, switch on the fan. Sit in meditation. Comfortably you can fast. Don't sit on thrones. Sit comfortably. Eat well, peacefully. Close your eyes and try to identify Devi within. So everyone is Ishvara and you are also Ishvara. This is the first step in Upasana. So you are just crossing from Bhakti level to Upasana level. I make you remember, you are not only a Bhaktaha, you are a Upasakaha. Only a Bhakta can become an Upasaka, Only a Bhakta who surrenders himself to the lotus feet of Guru or Devi can become the Upasaka. Non-Bhaktas, skeptical people, I believe God when something good happens to me. I doubt the existence of God when something bad is happening to me. Always surrender to God. நன்றே வருகினும் தீதே வருகினும் நான் அறிவது ஒன்றேயும் இல்லை. If bad comes also, good comes also, I have nothing to do. I have no adhikara on the results. I have only the adhikara on my duties. I do my upasana, I do my prayers. So in the previous classes, I have established the difference between the bhakta and the upasaka. A bhakta is distant from the deity. An upasaka keeps the deity within him or her. Then the closeness, the nearness, upa. Upa means near. Asana means seat. The seat is close, very near to Devi. So now, still the puja is external only. We have to meditate within also. Towards that I am taking you slowly. And we need an alambanam. Alambanam means the core of meditation is called alambanam. You need a material or a subject to concentrate. What to concentrate? You need an alambanam. If you have a statue, you are going to temple and you are seeing a statue, vigraha. There the vigraha becomes an alambanam. It is 4 dimension. It has height, length, breadth, width. 3 dimension plus a rupa. What rupa? A vatsalya bhava matru rupa. Matru rupam. Mata. With vatsalya bhava. Karuna rupa. Daya sadari karuna rupini. Always vikasita vadana. Smiling face. Now you are taking that image within you and meditate upon. Bhakti Priya, Bhavana Gamya. You are doing all the bhavanas. You can see Devi in Bala Rupam, child form. You can see Devi in Yavana Rupam. You can see Devi in Vruddhabhya Rupam. You can see Devi as a child, as a young girl, or a grandmother. So those are name and forms. Now the next step, the upasana takes you towards formless. Is having a form, but not as Sri Rupa or Purusha Rupa. What is that? 3-dimensional Mahameru. It has no Sri Rupa or Purusha Rupa. You cannot call male Meru, female Meru. No linga. It is a linga, but Pullinga or Strilinga or Napumsaklinga is not there. Beyond the gender discrimination. Then the same Mahameru is made as 2-dimensional, and that is the Sri Yantra. The height is not there. It has only pictorial symbolism, symbolic representation, and it is Sri Yantra or Sri Chakra. Most of the people may doubt what is Yantra, what is Chakra. Both are one. And now, in the Upasana Krama, we ask you to visualize yourself as a Mahameru. You are the Mahameru. And you are visualizing the inner chakras. You are visualizing the chakras within. Now, what is the dimension? Not 4, not 3, not two, but one dimension within, then you will understand these dimensions are mithya, unreal, and I am beyond dimension. I am beyond all dimensions. Dimensions cannot limit me. So far I have thought I am a limited being. Now at the conclusion of this upasana, I understand myself. I am not a limited being. I am beyond limitations. When I say this limitedness, the limitedness is due to ahankara. When you think that I am body, mind, sense complex only, the ahankara prevails and it limits you. When you cross the limitations of body, mind, sense complex, then you will understand you as a Shuddha Chaitanyam. Our aim is to understand Aham Shuddha Chaitanyam Asmi. That is the aim of this upasana. Then there comes the scriptures, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita in Advaita Vedanta explanation. Then we will study those Advaita Granthas to understand more about Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi Mahavakya. So this is the total journey of this class. This is the target. What is the target? Aham Brahmasmi is the target. What to do now? To know, to understand Aham Brahmasmi, what should I do now? Light a lamp at your puja room. Start chanting Om Aim Hrim Shrim Om. One may ask, will I chant? If I chant, will I get Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam? One day you will get. That is the target. But this is a karma. Any karma, japa karma, any karma will have a result. To understand the limitations and take for granted that I am an unlimited being. And now I take you for the classes. Samayachara Sri Vidya Upasana Kramam and Sri Chakra Lagu Navavarana Puja. I have already explained about Navavarana Puja. What is Navavarana? Maya Shakti, who is the Srishti Karanam, Maya Sahita Ishwaraha, Maya, which is having Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti Rupam, and which is going to do Srishti Sthiti Samharam, has two special powers. One power is called Vikshepa Shakti. Another power is called Maya Shakti. This Maya Shakti is also called as Avarana Shakti. So Maya Shakti is having two powers. One is Avarana Shakti, another is Vikshepa Shakti. Avarana Shakti hides the truth from you. Then Vikshepa Shakti projects an unreal image to you. Rope, snake example I have given. Or as we study in Atma Bodha, Shuktika Rajada Udaranaha. You see a glittering object on the seashore. You are thinking that it may be a silver. When you go near and see, you come to understand that it is not silver, it is mere shell. So, first the shell is hidden and silver is projected. Who does this? Maya Shakti. Rope is hidden, snake is projected. Hiding is avarana. Projection is vikshepa. Having understood this concept, in Shakta Upasana, we see Nava Avarana Sampradaya. These 9 stages of Avarana is not told in any Sampradaya. Even though it is 9, it is one only. But Shakta Sampradaya exclusively deal with this Avarana. Now you tell me, what is the purpose of doing Avarana? To unveil Avarana, to remove Avarana, to remove the screen. Only you can understand the truth. Then Vikshepa will not work. Vikshepa depends upon Avarana. One may ask, why Swamiji there is no Vikshepa Nivarana Puja in Shakta Sampradaya? No. If Avarana is removed, Vikshepa cannot function. Automatically it will go. So we start with the Mandira Pravesha. This puja should be done in front of a Sri Yantra or a Mahameru. Or you can visualize a Sri Yantra and do. Now Mandira Pravesha is the beginning of this puja. Before that you can do all other prayers. When you are starting Sri Yantra Puja or Sri Chakra Puja, according to Sri Vidya Krama, Mandira Pravesha comes first. So you are entering into a door, a gate, Amnaya. While entering, to your right side of the entrance, you chant this mantra, Om Aim Hrim Shrim Bhadrakal Namaha. To your left side of the entry, Om Aim Hrim Shrim Bhairav Namaha. To the top of the entrance, Om Aim Hrim Shrim Lambodara Namaha. Now you are blessed to enter into the Sri Vidya Mandala. Sri Vidya Mandala contains Nava Avarana. This was the lesson 1. Just to revise, I have shown the references. The first Avarana is called Trilokya Mohana Chakra. This is what? Trilokya Mohana Chakra. Tri means 3. Loka means Bhur Bhuva Swaha. 3 lokas. Bhur Loka, where the human beings are living happily, is called Bhur Loka. Strong objections will come from the participants. No. In this Bhur Loka, everyone is suffering. Bhur Loka is Karma Bhumi. It will have Sukha and Dukkha. good and bad, day and night, income and expenditure, birth and death, all opposites, all dualisms are considered to be Bhuloka. This Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka are considered to be the three lokas. Bhuvarloka is the loka of Pitru people. Pitru means the ancestors who attain the higher loka. And Swargaloka is the highest loka of these three. More lokas are there. Out of these three, Swargaloka is no sorrow is there in Swargaloka. Only happiness, only enjoyment. Because to spend your punya only, you are taken to Swargaloka. What to do after spending the punyapala? You have to come down to the lower lokas again. Maybe after millions of years. Okay. Now, this square, this includes the space, loka. Lok dhatu. Lok means to experience. These lokas are to experience. Lok dhatu. Lok, to experience. Bhur loka means you are going to experience something in this bhumi. It may be good, it may be bad. But loka, the word loka means experience. So there should be both good and bad. But in Swargaloka, only good. Even then, you are transferred between these three lokas. All trips are shuttle trips only. What is the reason? These are not only space-based systems, these lokas are also having a relative concept called time. Now, the concept of time comes in. The circles are time. How many concentric circles you see? Past, present, future. Past, present, future. So now there is a relationship between this space and time. Now the jiva is locked within the space and time. Now the jiva is locked within the space and time. Both are mithya, both are unreal. But this jiva is locked within the limitations of space and time. When space is there, time will also get projected. If there is only one point, there is no relative time. If there are 2 points, point A, point B, there will be a traveling time from point A to point B. So, space creates false time. Now, the jiva is locked into the illusion. If you go to the jiva and tell, hey jiva, you are Parameshwaraha. Who said? Foolishness. Parameshwara is great. I am very humble. I am meager. This contradiction will be created only because of this space and time relationship. Now the jiva started to experience Sukha Dukkha. This is called Pratama Avarana or Trailokya Mohana Chakra. Mohana means delusion. In confusion, illusion, this jiva is caught hold of Maya. The spell of Maya works on jiva. Now, second avarana, Sarvasa Paripuraka Chakra with the 16 petals. 16 petals. You will see. These 16 petals are called second avarana or Sarvasa Paripuraha Chakra. See, 16 petals. Now, our needs will be multiplied to 16 stages. Wealth, I need wealth. I need food. I need cloth. I need relationship. I need name. I need fame. All those requirements are called prosperity. All these uncertainties are called prosperity. So this is Sarvasa. It brings you kama, desire. Now the jiva is caught hold of kama. So he thinks the whole human life is to enjoy. Artha kama. Artha and kama are the only aims of human life. Then it's okay. But you have to face 8 challenges. Sarva Samkshobana Chakra. 8 challenges will come. Somebody may like you, somebody may dislike you. Someone who liked you yesterday hates you today. Samkshobana means disturbance. Every jiva wants to enjoy sukha. But this samkshobhanas disturb. This won't allow you. That is why we are always in dissatisfied mood. Because of this samkshobhana chakra. Dukkha is attributed to this samkshobhana chakra. Sukha is attributed to Sarvasa Paripuraka chakra. So these two are the combinations of sukha and dukkha. Now the world is full of sukha and dukkha. See, sukha dukkha. Sukha and dukkha. Second avarana and third avarana. Sarva samkshobhana. The jiva is now started suffering between good and bad, day and night, birth and death. Yesterday he was fine, today he is no more. Shocked. A very famous person passed away. This life is impermanent. This is the only one source for thinking of God. Otherwise, we won't think about God. The world is having full of treasures. With all our science, we can explore more and more entertainments, enjoyments, gadgets, all we can explore for our sukha. Only one thing the human being cannot do, this sukha or this happiness cannot be maintained permanently. That is the only one issue. How to maintain the happiness, enjoyment permanently? Not possible. Immediately some disturbance will come. That is the responsibility of this Sarva Samkshobhana Chakra. I hope you are following. 3 chakras we have finished. The philosophical understanding is very important. Other than that, if you are doing simply puja, what is the use? Why I am doing this puja? It is being told by some people that if you do Sri Chakra Puja, you will get wealth. No one is asking, if I get wealth, how to protect it? Nowadays, there are great fears that banks may go in loss. Bank may get bankrupt. Bank may get bankrupt. How to save the money? Whom to believe? So, Trailokya Mohana Chakra brings the lock to the Jiva. Now the Jiva is kept inside the space and time. Now the Sarvasa Paripuraka Chakra functions. The world seems to be having all wealth and prosperity. So asa, desire becomes. Then the third avarna, the asha, Sarvasha Paripuraka. I pronounce strongly asa, it is a Tamil influence, asha. Third avarna, Sarva Samkshopana Chakra. Disturbance started. And the Jiva is thrown into 14 lokas. We were talking about Burloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka. Now, Burloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Burloka, Bhuvaloka. Continuously, the Jiva is shuffled within these 14 lokas. It's called Sarva Saubhakya Dayaka Chakra. He is in search of happiness. Wherever he goes, he wants to be happy. The Jiva wants to be happy. But happiness comes, no doubt. If you spend money, you can be happy. But for spending money, you may need money. For that, dukkha will come. If you buy sukha, if you are having money and you are buying some entertainment and you are happy, it won't be permanent. That is the problem. So the Jiva is shuffled to all these 14 lokas. Who is ruling these 14 lokas? Bhuvana, Bhuvanavalli, Bhuvaneshwari, Bhuvanas. 14 Bhuvanas are ruled by Bhuvana, Bhuvaneshwari. Then 10 triangles. Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakra, which represents Karmendriya, Jnanendriya. Karmendriya, Jnanendriya are represented by the fifth avarana, which we will study in detail. And sixth avarana, the pranas, Dashavayu are indicated. Again, 10 pranas, 10 indriyas, again 10 pranas, outer 10 chakra, inner 10 chakra, 10 triangle, outer 10 triangle, inner 10 triangle, and 8 triangle. So the Jiva realizes that I am a rogi. The Jiva now come to a conclusion, I am diseased. I am not healthy. So for understanding that I am suffering, it will take long births, many births, for the Jiva to declare that yes, I am really suffering. I am suffering. But I think that this suffering is temporary. If I do that, the suffering will go. If I do this prarthana, that suffering will go. If I tonsure my head, suffering will go. If I grow beard, suffering will go. If I get married, I will be happy. If I get divorced, I will be happy. If I earn a particular 5 crores rupees, I will be happy. If I get the friendship of this person, I will be the happiest person. If I become this general manager of a company, vice president of the company, president of a company, or president of the nation, I will be happy. I want to become something. I want to become something. Always I want to become something. because I don't accept what I am. That is the fundamental human problem. This becoming nature is otherwise called samsara. Samsara gati is only the longing for becoming. So now the jiva, after many births, millions of births, in one birth, the jiva decides that I am a rogi. There are some people I have seen, particularly diabetic patients, because sometimes back we used to heal people. Most of the people will never accept that I am diabetic. They will not be happy to declare that I am a diabetic patient. If you offer coffee with sugar, they will say, no, I don't want sugar. Why? Are you diabetic? If you are asking, no, it is a vrata. I am following a particular vratam so that I will not have sugar. It is very difficult for the person to declare that I am a diseased person. Once you declare only, the doctor will do something. If you are not accepting you as a patient, you are going to a hospital and meeting a doctor. Hello, doctor, how are you? Yes, welcome, sir. What can I do for you? You don't do anything. Just for that, I came to you. Are you okay? If you are asking, doctor will show you the gate. Get out. I have nothing to do for you. This is the ego. And some people are opposite people. Even for a small pain, they will go for a super test. They will spend thousands of rupees, lakhs of rupees to get diagnosed. Some declaration they want that you are not suffering by this disease. Both are wrong. Whatever you experience, you tell your doctor. This is my situation. You can explain very well to the doctor. Then only he can give tablet, or he will decide for an injection, or he will take a knife to cut. I mean, surgery, not to cut. Surgery, he will decide. So, it will be diagnosed. Even though you are not accepting that or not, it will be diagnosed. Then the doctor will start his work. Now, why I am talking about doctors in 7th Avarana, Sarva Roga Hara Chakra? The real Roga is birth and death. Human cycle is real Roga. It is called Bhava Roga in Sanskritam. Bhava Rogam. Bhavam means the life. The life of birth and death is the real Roga. So now I need a medicine. Who can give the medicine? Only a guru can give the medicine. I told doctor as a symbolism. Here the real doctor is guru. How many gurus are there? 8 gurus are there. This Saptama Avarana Sarvarogahara Chakra has 8 doctors. That also we are going to do prayers and pujas for. This is called Guru Mandala. The Guru Mandala. Then there comes 8th Avarana Sarva Siddhiprata Chakra, where the purification takes place. The soul is purified. The jiva is purified. With the help of Guru, the jiva is getting purification. All impurities of Kama, Krodha, Mata, Loba, Lopa, Moha, Matsarya. All these impurities are being removed by the Guru. Then this chakra starts functioning. You may see in some Sri Yantras this chakra, the innermost chakra, facing upward. You may see like this. This is also a form. This is called Shiva Tattva. The chakra, 8th avarna facing up. This chakra is meant for sacrifice, sannyasis. One who is sacrificing can worship, or one who has the attitude of sannyasa can worship such chakra. For all others, this chakra which faces downwards is advised. This chakra is the common chakra which faces downwards. Then what is the 9th avarna? We are searching. What is the 9th avarna? No picture is seen. Nothing is seen. Yes, this dot, what we use as a tilak, is the 9th avarna. What is the name of the chakra? Sarvanandamaya chakra. Now, totally you see the Sri Yantra. This centermost bindu point is called Sarvananda Maya Chakra, where all Sukha Dukkha duality is gone. Birth and death, Sukha Dukkha, good and bad dualities, day and night, all dualities are gone. Now you are with Ananda. You are with Ananda. So at least we can understand that our aim is to get in the Bindu point. There are 4 entries to get in the yantra. These are called Amnaya. There are 4 entries. There are 4 entries, but only one entry which cannot be called as an entry is there to escape. Very difficult to understand, right? 4 entries. Through 4 entries you can get in, but you have only one escape point from this Sri Yantra, is the Bindu point. More secrets on Bindu point we will discuss in future. And this is what I called as 2-dimensional Sri Yantra, and the same Sri Yantra is made 3-dimensional. Same Burloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Bhuta Kala, Vartamana Kala, Bhavishyat Kala. Then all chakras, 16 petals, 8 petals, 14 triangles, outer 10 triangles, inner 10 triangles, innermost 8 triangle, and 1 triangle, and this is called the Bindu point. I hope you have followed the teaching about the chakras. Just in the first level, we will understand the philosophies, why we are doing, what for we are doing. So, Nava Avarana is this. Now, we will conclude the session with the puja part. Now, the philosophical part is over and puja part begins. Here, we started with Tattva Achamanam. Every mantra you have to take a sip of water, a drop of water to purify your system. Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Aim Kayai Lahrim Atma Tattvam Shodayami Swaha. One sip of drop of water. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Klim Hasakaha Lahrim Vidya Tattvam Shodayami Swaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Sauhu Sakalahrim Shiva Tattvam Shodayami Swaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Aim Kayai Lahrim Klim Asakaha Lahrim Sauhu Sakalahrim Sarva Tattvam Shodayami Swaha. This is the mantra I have given in English also, and I have highlighted the Kayai Lahrim mantra. Today I will give you a basic information for Kayai Lahrim mantra. Kayai Lahrim, Hasaka Halahrim, Sakalahrim seems to be meaningless, only Shabdas, but it has got in-depth, esoteric, great meaning which we are going to study. The first meaning is it has 3 gutta, 1, 2, 3 parts. The first kuta is Srishti kuta. Second kuta is called Sthiti kuta. Third kuta is called Samhara kuta. Kuta means a part. Kaya Hrim is Srishti. Srishti means creation. Hasaka Hala Hrim, Sthiti means protection. And Sakala Hrim is destruction. Again, what will happen? Again, Srishti will start, Sthiti will continue, it will end in Samhara. Again, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara will continue. The first is equivalent to the Akara of Omkara. So I can show you A. Then the second part is Ukara. Then the third part is Makara. So Kaya Hrim can be compared to the three parts of Omkara. Vyahruti. In Omkara it is called Vyahruti. And in Sri Vidya Moola Mantra Panchadashakshari it is Kaya Hrim. And the first part is ruled by Brahmaji. The second Hasakala Hrim is ruled by Vishnu. And the Sakala Hrim is ruled by Shiva, Rudra. So this is what the whole human life, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara. You see three kinds of Hrim. Hrim, Hrim, Hrim. 3 times it is there. The first Hrim is called Srishti Hrim. The second Hrim is called Sthiti Hrim. And the third Hrim is called Samhara. More we will study in the next class. Thank you for joining today. I hope slowly we can complete the philosophical part and enter into the puja part, and then enter into the dhyana part, and then enter into the Vedanta part. So we have 4 targets. First, we have to understand the concept. It is all about the philosophy. Why we are doing, what is that? So it is not complete. Again, in the 4th level, we will complete it. The second part is to do the external worship puja. The third part is dhyana. And the 4th level is within understanding. More of understanding, which is called self-realization. And I have a Satsanga question. I have answered the questionnaire directly, but I would like to share with you. The question is, in the beginning, there were very few human beings in the beginning. A soul reaches Ishvara after realization, not to return back to this mundane world. But the population has exploded. From where did so many new souls come? I have given 2 explanations. The one explanation is, the world is not only made out of human beings. This question is rising because in the previous class, I said, you don't agree that your ancestors are monkeys. According to Darwin theory, your ancestors are called monkeys. According to Veda, we are all Ishvara. So don't accept, I said. So the question is, initially there were very few human beings. Every day this population is increasing. Every day the multiplication is happening. From where these human beings are coming? And this is one question, one answer. From other beings, there will be a promotion. From other beings, the next Janma will be a human birth. If Papa and Punya are equal, 50%, 50%, then the Jiva will be a human being. The Jiva will obtain physical body of a man. And so that is why the population is increasing, because of the promotion of other beings. Yes. Another explanation is, this happens, this multiplication, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, are happening in Maya realm, which is unreal. As the Maya is having infinite power, she can create anything without any logic. That is why it is called alogic. It is not logic. It is neither logic nor illogic. It is alogic. It cannot be explained. Anirvachaniyam, which is not explained, which cannot be explained. So that what you see this world is as it is. What I know about this world is as it is, which is not real for me. When you saw the snake from the rope, immediately, suddenly, to the size of the rope, you visualized. The rope is very big, you will imagine a very big snake. If the rope is very small, you will imagine a smallest snake. In no second, in fraction of second. That is why I quoted Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhuvana Valye Namaha. Bhuvana, 14 lokas. Unmesha, when you close your eyes and open your eyes, that is called Unmesha. When the Divine Mother Lalitambika closes her eyes, opens her eyes, then the millions and millions of worlds like ours are created, sustained, and destroyed. Utpanna, Vipanna. Utpanna means produced, Vipanna means destroyed. In between the sustained, it is sustained. This is what the whole story. We want to understand more about this Mithya, the world of unreality, and we want to do more studies, more learning, more knowledge will liberate us from this illusionary world. Another question is there. If we say we go to Swarga to spend our punya, why do we need to come back to Bhulokam once our punya is spent? On the soul be one with the Paramatma directly. We are going to USA with some money and some visa. Visa is meant for some days. Then only this cycle will happen. Even for Vishnu, retirement is there. Vishnu will be changed, Brahmaji will be changed. What about you and me? We also will be changed. We also will be thrown to lower lokas. Shine punyam matselokam vishanti. There is a reference in Bhagavad Gita for this argument of returning back to the world. Thank you. So Swarga Mukti is not a permanent Mukti. Reference Bhagavad Gita. More we will discuss in the next class. Thank you for
धन्यवादः स्वामीजी.
धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Jai Gurudev.